Now let's look what happens when a perfectly competitive market starts in long-run equilibrium and demand decreases. We'll start with a graph for the market. Demand, supply, let's say again the equilibrium price is 20 initially, and the equilibrium quantity is 100 billion initially. Next to that, we're going to do the graph for the firm. Since the equilibrium price is 20, the firm's demand curve will be horizontal at that price. Average total cost will just touch that demand curve. The quantity is something like 80, and again that's 20, and marginal cost pass through here. Now, when demand decreases, we get the exact opposite of when demand increases. The decrease in demand will shift the demand curve to the left. As a result, the equilibrium price falls something like $16. Demand prime equals MR prime. As a result, the demand facing the firm decreases, and the quantity produced by the firm decreases. So in the short run, we're going to see price fall, and the quantity produced by the firm also fall. In the long run, we're going to have firms start to exit the market. The remaining firms will see their price start to rise. As supply starts to decrease because of exit, the market price begins to go up. If average total cost does not change, the market price will rise all the way back up to $20. We'll call that S double prime, and which means the new demand in the long run must be the same as the initial demand and marginal revenue where we started. So what's going to happen? Price will fall in the short run. It'll rise back to its initial level in the long run. Quantity will fall in the short run and will rise back to its initial level in the long run. Now let's see what's going to happen if the average total cost curve shifts down when fewer firms compete for resources. All right. Again, we'll start with our graph. We'll have the graph of the industry on the left-hand side. We'll have demand, supply. $20 is the initial equilibrium price, and 100 billion is the initial equilibrium quantity in the market. The firm will face a demand curve that's horizontal at 20. Average total cost will just touch it, and marginal cost will pass through that minimum. And I say that occurs at a quantity of 80. So 80 is the initial profit maximizing quantity for the firm. Now we had a change. The demand decreases, and let's say demand falls to 16. So now the demand facing the firm is a horizontal line at 16. The profit maximum quantity falls to 60. Now, we've got the firm suffering loss. That means exit will start to occur. So the supply curve starts to shift to the left. And now we're assuming when firms exit the market, the price of resources starts to fall. So the average total cost curve begins to shift down. Both of those will tend to make losses get smaller, and the process will end when we reach a position where the new price, I'll call it D double prime equals MR double prime, is just touching or just equal to the new minimum average total cost, ATC double prime, and marginal cost double prime will pass right through that point as well. That's going to be something like a price of maybe $18. So the supply curves are going to shift over enough to make the market price rise to $18. We'll call it S double prime. So what's going to happen? And we start from an initial price of 18. Price falls to 16, then it backtracks a little bit. The long run price is still higher than the initial price. Quantity will, we don't want to cover the quantity, it'll fall, and then it'll rise some, but it may be less than, greater than, or equal to 80. We simply don't know.